So you clicked on this video because you want tips on Dubrovnik. Well, let's get started. Tip number one that I have for you is to get the Dubrovnik pass. The reason I say this is because the Dubrovnik pass will give you access to free transportation for as long as you get the pass for. There's 1 day, there's 3 days, 7 days, and throughout those days you get free transportation to anywhere around in the city. The Dubrovnik pass also offers the feature to climb around the wall of the old city, as well as visit museums and see other amazing attractions. So instead of having to buy one single ticket for everything that you want to go to and the price just adds up, it's better to just get the Dubrovnik pass and just see the whole city, and you have access to the city walls, which is actually pretty cool. When it comes to cash or card, they accept both, which is really cool, and I really like that. But just make sure that you do carry some cash with you, like I always tell everybody else, because you never know when you will run into a problem that you do need cash. So just carry whatever you feel comfortable with carrying around the city. The reason I say this is because having a little bit of cash acts as an emergency just in case your credit card doesn't work. So always have that, because that did happen to me one time when I was in Florence. I used my card, didn't work. Card, tried again, did not work. So luckily I had cash in hand, even though the meal was like 50 bucks, but I always carry 100 currency, whichever it is, as long as it's 100 USD equivalent to their currency, if I said that right. A tip that I have for you is that if you're in the old city and you really don't want to spend a lot of money, I would recommend eating outside of the old city, because the old city is a hot spot for expensive dishes and little portions. So just be aware of that. One thing that I do recommend is eating outside the old city. You can still find really delicious dishes for a very economical price. That way, if you're on a budget and you don't want to spend a dime, well, of course you're going to spend a dime, but if you don't want to spend a lot, then it's better to go outside of the old city. But if you can't wait, then just look around the old city and see whatever you can afford. Another good tip that I got from a local when I was at their Airbnb was they told me to go to the market, which the food there was delicious. You could grab bread, something to make a sandwich. Got my pen back for my notes. Pack it up and take it with you. That is actually what I did, and it was super helpful, very economical, and I got to sit and enjoy the view. Talking about markets, if you are renting out an Airbnb, just head down to the market, grab yourself some eggs, some milk. It's very cheap, it's a good price. Take it back to your Airbnb, and there you have lunch, dinner, breakfast, whatever you want to use it for, and you get a view of the ocean, which is just incredible and phenomenal. So one thing you should know is that if you want to visit the Dubrovnik Old City, it is good to either go in the morning or to go during a little after the afternoon. I would say 4, 3, around that time, because around 12 noon, that time, a lot of the cruise ships let their passengers go and explore the city, and it is a big crowd. So if you want to avoid the crowd, try either go early in the morning or a little later in the afternoon. So when it comes to going from the city to the airport or the airport to the city, you have many other ways. I arrived there at like 11 p.m. so I had no choice but to get a taxi, and they charged me 50 euros. And yes, you could guess why, but I really needed it because I had family with me, so I paid the 50 euros and they took me straight to the city to wherever I had to go. It was 50 and 50 flat, that was about it. But on your way back from the city to the airport, you have the option to take the bus, which I highly recommend. It is super cheap. It makes about 2 stops, but you arrive to the airport in a really quick time. One thing that I will mention over and over is that if you go to Dubrovnik, make sure you bring some sunscreen with you. Sunscreen there does get expensive if you decide to buy it in the store, especially if you decide to buy it at the old town. I had to buy about a small bottle about that big, as big as this pen, probably smaller, and it was about 25 to 30 euros. It was crazy. So make sure you bring your own sunscreen, whatever specialty that you use. Another thing, make sure you bring water. Water is your best friend if you decide to go during the hot months, summer time, things like that. So just hydrate, because you will be sweating. Wear loose clothes, anything that's comfortable to you. I learned this the hard way. Bring comfortable shoes. The reason I ran into this time is because I did forget. I thought I packed comfortable shoes, but I did not. So also make sure you go through your luggage and you check that you have everything that you need. But comfortable shoes, because in the old city you're gonna be walking a lot, and that ground can get hot if you have very thin soles. So just make sure that you do wear super good shoes that you're comfortable with walking for maybe hours. Who knows how long you're gonna be there? Just make sure you have comfortable shoes. If you want to avoid the crowds and you want a little more less touristic people there when you go during the shoulder seasons. The shoulder seasons are around May to early June, as well as September to October. So if you want to avoid the rush, not have as many people there when you go during those times. Like I mentioned in a lot of my other videos, and or to anybody that asks me where to travel, I tell them to respect the local rules. You are in their home, their territory, their comfort area, so just be respectful. They are very kind. They'll treat you with respect if you treat them with respect. Easy as that. I hope you enjoyed this video on the tips of Dubrovnik. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. Hit the subscribe if you're not already subscribing. And I will see you guys again soon when we unveil our next destination.